welcome to Ask Prep, your trusted companion for UPSC and IAS preparation. Today, we are diving deep into two significant movements in India's struggle for independence. The Quit India Movement. The Quit India Movement, or Bharat Chhodo Andolan, was one of the most significant milestones in India's struggle for independence. This movement was launched by the Indian National Congress on 8 August 1942 during the Bombay session at Gowalia Tank Maidan, now popularly known as August Kranti Maidan. At the heart of this movement was a clarion call for complete independence. It was a decisive moment in India's fight against British rule, initiated under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi's slogan, "Do or die," reverberated across the nation, inspiring millions to rise against colonial oppression. The British, facing pressure due to World War II, could no longer ignore the Indian demand for freedom. The backdrop to this movement was the ongoing global conflict of World War II. In 1939, Britain had dragged India into the war without consulting Indian leaders. This unilateral decision further strained the already tense relationship between the Indian National Congress and the British administration. When the Cripps mission of 1942 failed to offer any concrete promises for India's post-war freedom, discontent turned into open defiance. The Quit India movement was characterized by mass protests, demonstrations, and acts of civil disobedience. Across the nation, people came together to paralyze the British administration. Government buildings were burned, railways and telegraphs disrupted, and students boycotted educational institutions. Women and youth played significant roles, contributing actively to the underground revolutionary activities. However, the British government responded with severe repression. Within hours of the movement's declaration, all major Congress leaders, including Gandhi, Nehru, and Patel, were arrested. Despite the leadership's imprisonment, the movement continued unabated, proving the depth of people's determination. Underground networks of revolutionaries sustained the momentum, spreading the message of resistance through secret pamphlets and broadcasts. One of the notable aspects of the Quit India movement was its widespread participation. From peasants in rural areas to urban intellectuals, from workers in factories to students in universities, everyone played a part. Regional leaders like Jayaprakash Narayan, Aruna Asaf Ali, and Usha Mehta emerged as iconic figures of the resistance. Aruna Asaf Ali's hoisting of the tricolor flag in Bombay became a symbol of defiance. While the Quit India movement did not achieve immediate independence, it succeeded in uniting Indians like never before. It demonstrated the collective will of the nation and made it clear to the British that their rule in India was no longer tenable. The movement also had far-reaching consequences. It shattered the myth of British invincibility and significantly weakened their control over India. It became evident that post-war Britain would not be able to hold on to its colonies. The sacrifices made during this time laid the groundwork for India's eventual independence on 15 August 1947. Across the country, ordinary citizens took charge, organizing strikes, protests, and acts of civil disobedience. Students, workers, peasants, and women all played vital roles in keeping the spirit of the movement alive. There were instances of sabotage, disruptions in communication lines, and symbolic gestures of defiance, such as hoisting the tricolor flag. Despite its intensity, the Quit India movement faced numerous challenges. The brutal crackdown by the British resulted in thousands being killed, injured, or imprisoned. The press was gagged, public gatherings banned, and violence erupted in many regions. The lack of immediate leadership, as most Congress leaders were jailed, also created a vacuum that was difficult to fill. Yet, the significance of this movement lies in its impact. The Quit India movement demonstrated the unity and resolve of Indians against colonial rule. It sent a powerful message to the British government that their time in India was nearing an end. Moreover, it inspired future generations to continue the fight for freedom. The movement also left a profound mark on British officials, who realized that governing India against the will of its people was unsustainable. While India's independence was still 5 years away, the Quit India movement was a critical step in the larger narrative of decolonization. It showed the world that the spirit of self-determination and democracy could not be suppressed. For students preparing for UPSC and other competitive exams, understanding the Quit India movement offers crucial insights into India's freedom struggle. It showcases the power of collective action and the sacrifices made by countless Indians. The lessons from this movement continue to inspire discussions on leadership, resilience, and the pursuit of justice. However, the non-cooperation movement was not without challenges. Critics questioned its practicality and the economic hardships it caused to those dependent on British institutions. Additionally, maintaining non-violence on a large scale proved difficult. The Quit India movement is not just a chapter in history books, but a testament to the indomitable spirit of a nation. It reminds us that freedom is hard-earned, and the responsibility to preserve and cherish it rests on every generation. Thank you. This was ASK Prep, bringing you concise and comprehensive insights into important historical events for your UPSC preparation. Stay tuned for more such informative content.